p.m. Toronto time, gets there at 6 a.m. Porto time. So I'm gonna need to hit the ground running, hence I need to be out. Check out the food that they've got here. We've got dumplings, rice, fish. I got some quinoa. I got some wine. I already had my beer and I am finishing off my itinerary right now. Last details. In the meantime, I'm doing doolies because I want to fall asleep here. Ryan Ginger. And early, nothing's open, which is good. It's calm. I may need a Costa coffee right now. Unfortunately though, since nothing's open, I cannot get my SIM card, so I'm going to be without data for a while. Metro, we are going downstairs. Alright, so I got my card. That was a bit disorienting for me. Thankfully, they have an attendant there so early in the morning. Spoke perfect English to let me know what buttons to press on that machine. Roll up and it's all Portuguese on a digital display screen, and I could not see any English options. I'm like, what the hell? And it turns out on the hard keypad, there is an English Portuguese button. I'm at the airport now, which is Maya, but I need to go to this stop, Trinidad, Zone C1. Are pretty empty right now, no one else walking on them. I'm hoping that I am actually traveling in the right direction. Look how awesome their sidewalks are. The tiles. Right behind me is the Chapel of Souls. This church is obviously famous because of the tiles covering it on the outside. They were originally put on in 1929, but they did a restoration back in 1982. 30 odd years since it's been restored. It still looks pretty colorful. Not much to see on the inside, however the outside, ooh, I've never seen anything like this before. Pretty interesting church. The only problem is I gotta be careful that I just don't see only churches, because that's unfortunately what it looks like a lot of the guidebook said. Who could blame them? Look how awesome these churches are. No more churches until after lunchtime. Look at this upcoming problem. Someone's left their car in front of the tram. Apparently that's commonplace here. They're so rare, the trams nowadays. There's apparently only 3 running in all of Porto, that being one of them. He got on his way, the guy just backed out, and now he's just moving back into that parking spot. Next site is a non-church. This is the Sao Bento train station. The cool thing about this, it was built in the 1930s, and it's got 20,000 tiles in there depicting Portuguese history. Let's go have a look. Don't feed the pigeons. go check out this bookstore. It's apparently really cool inside, but look at the lineup. Bit of an odd system here. You gotta come into this side bookstore to get your voucher. Lock up in those lockers your bag, because they don't want you bringing your bag in the bookstore, and then you have permission to go in the bookstore. So I think it works out to €4. All that line for this? No, not this. It's for this winding staircase. Everyone's lined up to take pictures on. Something you see straight out of Harry Potter. It looks pretty cool, I must admit. Down this side narrow street right there, if you look up, it's really thin. There was a seagull that swooped down on me and it dropped a giant shit. I had to like run off to the side, and this lady's like wondering why I panicked. I'm pointing at the shit. I think it was a defensive mechanism on the part of that seagull. Didn't want you near its home. This is not your typical museum. Interactive and fun. You actually learn about history of Portuguese people. Let's give this a go. This interactive one shows you what they brought from each place. Brazil. Ooh, look, they brought macaws, coca, coffee, obviously. India, rhinos, which I just saw, ginger, nutmeg, precious. But look at this one here. Pepper, cotton, parrots, exotic animal skins, diamonds, yeah, that's one big problem with the Portuguese conquests. Alright, I'm on a little mini boat tour. There's no one on that ship, it's a ghost ship. Little phony baloney animals here. That's Vasco da Gama negotiating with the Sultan of Calicut. It's Timor over there. And then this is China. Now we are in Japan. The Portuguese offered his gun, and it apparently did wonders for establishing trade between the two countries. Here we go, we're entering Brazil now. That right there is a model of the markers that the Portuguese left when they discovered new coastlines, new shores, new oceans, new lands. All done, the world of discovery, and a bit of history. Kind of cheesy monuments there. Alright, since I couldn't bring my camera in, let me explain what I saw here in Church of St. Francis. 1223, they started a small church, and they gradually started building, they being the Order of Franciscans. This one's like a later version. I think it's built in the 1400s, they said. So basically you've got a standard aisle down the middle and then two sides, and then you've got your massive wood carving at the end like a lot of churches have. However, right in the middle part of it, there's a giant wood carving 10 meters wide, goes all the way to the roof, and then you get up really close, see all the fine grains, the crack, the gold paint on it. It looks really amazing. So that's the main building here, and then they take you into this side building. That's where you actually enter underneath and go under the catacombs. You go down the first level of stairs, and then there's resting spots, like almost like beds or bunks, too high, and then so they've buried someone in there. They've covered it over with bricks, and they've put white stucco on it, and they paint the name and then the date that the individual passed away. These various different rooms are all like different times in history when people have died. The next room is like concrete slabs with wood over top. Wood, and that's where the bodies have been lowered into, over like wood planks. And they're all numbered, and they don't actually have names or anything like that. And then you go into the final room, and it's much of the same as the first room. Tucked away in the back, that was really cool, is they've got a little peephole there. It goes maybe about 8 feet down, and it's just a mass of bones under there. Can't even tell, like femurs, you've got like shoulder bones. All in all, €4.50. I think this is worth it. Deadly. Go to the monastery, start at the high end, not the low end. My calves are burning. There's a park up here. I gotta say, look at that. The view is worth it. Well, good thing I didn't pay for that one. It was actually really small, so a bit disappointing. My fear of heights is about to be put on full display here. I've decided to cross the upper part of this bridge. How visible is the look of fear on my face right now? Oh my God, that's high up. Yeah, I'm too scared to walk that close to the edge, so I'm walking on this part close to the train. Return to hostel life. I got 4 beds in here that I'm sharing with, and we are at the very top floor, overlooking the street. I'm not too worried about noise because I brought earplugs and blinders. Nice view. There we have it, day 1 in Portugal, town of Porto here. My feet are killing me from walking all about town. So I am just chilling up here on the rooftop patio, trying Portuguese beer, Sagres Cerveza. Lately I've been traveling a lot of Latin American countries, and the difference I notice here is I don't really have this fear of the unknown, or people are out trying to get me when I'm walking around here. It's a different feel in Europe. It's so much safer. Highlights of the day, I would say seeing all the churches. Near the end of the day though, I totally expected it, and they did start to fatigue on me. So I got a couple beers to get through here. I'm gonna try and find a restaurant. I think I'm gonna try some fish tonight. This would be the night to try it, obviously, right near the water here. And I'm probably gonna have an early night because I'm basically running on 4 hours of sleep right now. I have a feeling I'm gonna conk out super early, and then tomorrow I should be adjusted to European time. All in all, good day. Looking forward to day number 2. But first, I'll take you to dinner. headed down to this seafood joint, but there's a 10-minute wait because they're just cleaning out tables right now. Man, it's quite scenic right here on the river. Check out this. I'm going to show you the view. Oh, for this one, the bacalao dorado, calm, bacalao fresco, potato, egg, and cod. Oh, look at this. It's cod on top of that. Oh, it looks so good. And then I've got local wine. Wrapping up the night with some McD's. They have mini McFlurries here, and the reason I'm getting it so late at night is I've recently discovered I'm lactose intolerant. So, if you're gonna eat ice cream, there's a whole bunch around Europe, especially in Porto. You better eat it on the way back to your hotel room.